from Coach Rule yesterday, just for pushing through with your hand.
Yeah.
What's that been like? When did that happen?
It happened during the Colorado game. So I've had this cast on for like 4 games now. So yeah, I don't know. It was kind of funny. I didn't think he was going to shout out anything about me. Us as linemen, we just go. You basically go until you can't, until your body's not physically able to. So it's just a broken hand. So.
How much pain are you fighting?
From a technical standpoint, what are the challenges of having to play through that?
It's just, you got to figure out, now I don't, you basically have a fist now that you're punching like that. So you just got to figure out how to maneuver it. You just got to you got to do extra work, being able to figure out what's going on with the whole hand situation. But overall, it's been all right adjustment. You just got to make sure that you're not bending it anywhere weird. So.
What's the pain level on something like that?
Depends. If you hit something wrong, you could feel everything, but about 85% of the time, you don't really feel it. It feels weird, but it's not like pain. So.
You were pretty big on Heinrich from the get-go about how he jumped in as a leader and stuff when he took over the starting role. But I mean, how have you seen that even grow as he, 4 games into being a starter as he goes forward?
Yeah, I don't think he's a guy that it's natural. Confidence is going to build with preparation, and the more you'll be at that spot, the more you'll have confidence in the play calling and the flow. But I think he's been doing an awesome job just keeping the high energy. That's the one thing I said when he jumped in. He just had very high energy and very high confidence. And for me, and especially I feel like an offensive line, we feed off of that, especially just knowing our assignments and kind of takes you back to having fun out there. So he's just a very positive and high energetic person, like he always is. So.
Fedoni was asked about Jeff Sims too, and just how he's handled the situation with class. What have you seen out of him, through this process?
No, Jeff he's a guy he'll come in and he's the same Jeff. He's a guy that no matter the circumstances he's dealt with, he's the same guy, and I have high respect for him as well. I feel comfortable for either of those two behind us. But they both have that, like I said, I think they bring a very high positive energy to the offense. So
you persevered through something like that a little bit where you were the backup for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, what was the key for you, that's gotten you to this point where you're at now?
Yeah, I think the biggest key is that, especially for me as a young player, you're always trying to blame. When something's not going your right, you always feel like you have to blame something. If I should have done this, I should have done that. But once you take full responsibility in all your actions, and whether it's your fault or not, but if you take everything personal and don't point fingers at anybody else, but point the finger just at yourself, I think that's when you flip that real switch. So.
Your shout out from Coach Rule came from a question about Pro Football Focus and how players can pay attention to that. How much do you pay attention to that? Is that not a big deal?
I have no idea. I don't even. I have Twitter that's on hidden on my iPhone. I tweeted out something about Nolan Fennessy from Norfolk Catholic. That's what I haven't tweeted out. I don't tweet out a lot. And social media, I personally have a very busy life. I go, I'm in a practice right now in Lincoln Southeast, so I'm flying around getting lessons set up and still playing football. So it's been I don't have time for any of that. No matter what, I really don't know what's going on outside of the football stadium, to be honest.
So what are you doing at Southeast?
I have my practicum, so I'm becoming a secondary science ed and high school science teacher, and I'm placed at Southeast, and I'm there teaching biology most days. So,
how many days a week? What's that schedule like?
I usually go Mondays and Wednesdays, and then most 4 hours, and then Tuesdays and Thursdays I hit 2 or 1 hours, depending on if I could get out there in time. So I've been flying around all the time. So
is coaching something you'd be interested in getting into in the future?
Oh, for sure. My favorite thing is going in the classroom, and there'd be you have some free time after you get done teaching a lesson or something, and somebody's at their huddle, and I'm like, oh, what you watching there? And I'm like, oh, I know. And he's like, there's a couple offensive linemen that I know, and I'm like, if you need anything, I'm here. I'm like, I know everything. So it's been fun. Like I've always wanted to become a teacher, and it's been a blessing just to go out, because I haven't been in the teaching classroom that much, especially playing football. I usually spend all my time here. So.
Like, what's the lesson this week? Like, can you give us like an individual like topic that you're
right now, we just got done with like biological succession, so which is basically saying if like a volcano wipes something out, how would it like the ecosystem regrow? And I think we are probably going to review the next 2 days, and they have a test Friday, so it should be fun. So
I just want to ask you real quick about the offense too.
Yeah.
And how much has that evolved, would you say, from the first game, just because of personnel, because of what it takes to win, and kind of where's that going?
You know, I think we still have a strong run game, but I think as we build that, we're starting to figure out, the coaches are coming together, figuring out the strengths, like what type of run packages are we really liking as a staff. The nice thing is, like the defense has like Coach White, and Coach White kind of runs the whole show, but we have so many like people like Coach Donnie, and then Coach McGuire, and then Coach Satterfield. They all have like their own kind of thing that they want to do. I think especially for the bye week, it was good for them just to talk over, to like rehash what our offensive identity is. So,
not to live in the past too much, but Coach Rills brought it up a couple times at Sunday practice right after Michigan. Was that a turning point? And you guys always had good effort, it seems like, but just as far as like this is the way it's got to be going forward, or
yeah, it was like, I don't know, watching the Michigan game, that was like for me it was embarrassing. Like being blown out 45-7 doesn't matter if they're the second-ranked team ever or in the nation, doesn't matter any of that. So Coach Rule, like I was pretty banged up, but like it was good. Like as a player, when you're doing something right, like you know the team needs it, and you still kind of want to fight it, that means like the coach is pushing you in the right direction. And I think we as a team embraced that, like coming out, and we scrimmaged for like 2 hours that Sunday, and we came out and attacked it as hard as we could. And it was a come together moment, both on the defensive side and offensive side. So I really liked it. The practice was much needed. So
it's at a carryover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I think now, like we know that Coach Rule, like that's what he expects out of us. Like if you don't play well, we're gonna, like if you don't want to, what he said is like if you don't want to play on Saturday, like we'll play on Sunday. So that's the message, that it's like we're gonna get the best out of you. So.
It's been like for the offense with losing so many key guys like week after week, but knowing you guys got to push forward.
You know, like I said, it's hard. There's just been a lot of injuries, but the biggest thing is, like, especially in season, you can't dwell on it at all, because now you're still in the past, and you're not attacking what's next. But especially for the bye week, it's just like you kind of get some time just to recognize and see, like, now we have younger guys stepping up. Malachi Coleman, he's doing a lot of good things for us. Jalen Lloyd doing a lot of good things for us. So it gives opportunity to build a lot of depth and a lot of growth in those, especially the wide receiver room. So.
Anything else for Ethan?
Yeah.
Thank you.